Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com. This is my son Ben, and today we're visible with our legs. We have the new chairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
very
amazing.
friendly, those chairs.
We had a live tasting and it was just amazing to be able to sit in these chairs for hours because the old chairs were just so uncomfortable.
Yeah, so I think the average whiskey tasting video will be longer now.
Yeah,
today,
might be.
Today we have the Springbank 18 years of age. This is quite a rare one, 46% ABV, unchill filtered, uncolored, and close to 150 euros, dollars, pounds, wherever you live. And it's rare. It's not always available. And I looked at that bottle today, and it's from January 7th, 2020.
So it's very, very recent.
It's very recent. So it's that what the people call either the 2020 bottling. So from year to year, because they are quite short on casks, the 18-year-old tastes differently. Mm-hmm. There is a 21-year-old out on the market which shows finishings in other casks, because the distillery closed in 1979 and reopened in 1989, and in the start they were short on casks, on good casks. So in the beginning they only had used casks which they had to refill, and therefore the quality in the beginning wasn't that good. But this one is only 18 years old, so they were quite good in production, and they started already their maltings. So in 1992, so this whiskey is from the malting to the bottling completely inside Springbank. So this is a real Springbank.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So, but I think we've said a lot about Springbank already in the Springbank 15-year-old video, so I don't have that much to talk about it.
Yeah,
except watch the distillery video. There's much more information there.
I can tell a little bit more because this bottle is lighter. It shows this golden hue, so that means that there are refill sherry casks, if sherry casks at all. So we should have a ex-bourbon cask or ex-bourbon refill cask character in that. Mm-hmm. So this will be completely different to the 15-year-old. Should be,
yeah.
Because it's uncolored.
Mm-hmm.
This you can.
So you think it's 100% ex-bourbon? It doesn't say anything on the cask, does it?
Ex-bourbon or refill sherry cask.
Mm.
So, but refill sherry cask typically brings more color. So probably a lot of
depends on how often did you refill it.
Yeah,
I think a fourth fill refill sherry cask is the same as a fourth fill refill bourbon cask.
No, because if you have a fourth fill refill sherry cask, then
it's bigger.
It's bigger, and then it will be an old sherry cask. And in former times, most of the old sherry casks had been European oak. Mm. And the newer ones, you have 80% American white oak sherry casks. So that one should show then more tannins. Who knows? We will see it.
We will see. In the end, it always comes down to the taste.
Look at the condensation.
Did they have high pressure when they bottle it? Or low pressure?
Or low pressure. And it was very, very tight.
So low pressure.
Scotland. Today we are after the front, so we have backside weather, blue skies, cold. After the rain, So this is different.
Mm-hmm.
This is very, very fruity, citrus fruity. There is a light smoke, aromatic smoke, less than with a 15-year-old. A lot of citrus fruitiness, juicy, wonderful. and a light peach. Yeah, peach citrus note. Wonderful.
You do realize that this one is definitely, I would say it's definitely no sherry cask.
Yeah.
It has that lovely citrus fruit that you get from the bourbon cask, but I would say it's a refill because you don't have that intense vanilla flavor or caramel flavor, but it's very fruity, light, fresh fruity, which is strange for that of an old whiskey.
Yeah, so I wondered, you said from a ex-bourbon cask. I doubt that. Most often,
I would say refill ex-bourbon cask.
The most reason for that citrus character is the distillery character, which comes from the fruitiness of the yeast strains. This is
It definitely also comes from that, but that's why I would say refill, because you don't have that much cask flavor in that.
Yeah, the caramel and vanilla isn't there that much.
It has a good reductive maturation, so I don't have any of the alcoholic flavors. There's no alcoholic flavor in there, but it's not packed with any woody flavor. So it's a light, mature whiskey.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
And fruity. Yeah, and a very light smoke. Do you have the smoke?
Very light.
Yeah,
I would say it's much lighter than the 15-year-old.
Yeah.
But
cheers.
Cheers.
But
yeah, it might come from batch to batch.
Yeah.
So yeah, the 18-year-old is a batch whiskey, so it might vary from batch to batch.
That's a wonderful. Do I get the camera? Yeah. That's a wonderful citrus, tart, juicy whiskey. Wonderful pressed citrus with a light oakiness in the aftertaste, but very weak. Very weak, the oakiness. Yeah. There is some. So it's getting drier on the tongue, and you feel the oak, but it's not bitter at all. No bitter aftertaste. No black chocolate. So, yeah.
At the beginning of the sip, I would have changed my mind to go to, maybe there is a sherry cask in there. But it fades away. You have that citrus note. You have a good amount of oiliness. And for some reason, the smoke is more in the flavor than in the smell.
There's a bit of that cladding in your mouth.
There's a bit of a cladding. There's a bit of a... but there's also a bit tropical fruit in there. Good amount of fruitiness. A little bit of coconut. It's a wonderful, complex whiskey.
Very mature.
Very mature, but with a lot of flavors that are not typically stuck together. So a smoky coconut, you don't get that very often. It's a bit of a strange taste, bit of an unusual taste.
But it's definitely one of the good ones. So age matters, and this one shows quite an age. And with the second sip, the spiciness of the oak increases. Yeah, so there's more oak now in it after the second sip. Probably a very hint of licorice in it. Yeah. And the smokiness, as you said, more intense, cladding my mouth. Yeah.
Nice. It's getting more intenser when you take more sips of it. So
we we switch in the moment. So we have the first sip of this one now in the English take, the second one in the German take, and what you taste in the second and the third sip will last over the complete bottle. And what you're tasting first is just the first beginning to experience the taste.
I'm amazed how smoky the flavor is.
Yeah.
It's
Cladding.
I would say it's more than in the 15-year-old.
Yeah, definitely.
So
the 15-year-old smelled
yeah,
for smoke and had not that smoky aftertaste.
yeah. The thing is, that would be a very interesting topic. Is a more reactive cask taking out more of the phenols? That'd be a good question for probably a long year warehouse manager.
Or they have casks which have a more active charcoal layer inside where they extract the smoke from.
So yeah, a fresher,
phenols.
more active cask should remove more phenols, but
Should remove more phenol? No. I mean, if you have a refill cask, then the intermediate zone between the charcoal and the
you mean it
the
adds
red layer,
smokiness?
adds smokiness from that active part. And if you have such a refill cask usage, then these amounts of substances should have gone to prior whiskies.
Who knows? But it would be an interesting. If I have a warehouse manager in front of the camera next time, I will definitely ask him that question. If he comes from a distillery that does smoky whiskey.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that was it with the Springbank whiskies. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, then please feel free to share it with your friends, and see you next time.